Hey guys, this is Karthik Kantwal from Mfsl and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session with the equity watch list and the index, both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now, before we start, today was a good trading session. I hope the same goes for you too. We told you guys to follow the trend, and everything fell pretty much after, giving a nice pullback. It had a clean base formation, a bit of consolidation, and then fell flat on its face. I hope you guys were able to make the most out of all the moves that came in, particularly in Bank Nifty. All right, then now let's move on to the charts for tomorrow's trading session. Starting with the equity side of things first. The first one that we have is, as always, PL. Now PL, we are going to go for a short position at 1285, simply because if you look at the point of 1283 to 1285, that has acted as a support zone in the past. Price has moved up pretty strongly from that point. So since it was a support once broken, should act as resistance now, and that also happens to be the recent swing leg of the lower low lower high formation. So we are going to go for a short at 1285, stop loss at 1310, and ideal targets 1% as usual. The next one that we have is Mfsl. Mfsl has been in that range since the 25th, and it's still being respected. So we're going to go for a simple short position near the previous swing high, was a resistance level in the past, so it should give us nice results. The trade is to enter shorts at 605, stop loss at 615, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Oro Pharma. Now Oro Pharma, again we are going to go for a short position at the nearest resistance at 820, stop loss at 830, ideal targets 1% on the downside. This trade is pretty self-explanatory in nature. If you look at the charts, you might very well be able to make out why we are entering the trade. If you have a different outlook on Oro Pharma for tomorrow, let us know in the comment section below. And if you are not able to understand the chart that I have on screen right now, let me know in the comments below. The next one that we have is Bharat Forge. Bharat Forge, we are going to go for a long trade. If you look at the strength of the bounce back that it has had from this level of 435 to 440, it is a very strong demand zone, and it should be held up pretty nicely unless it breaks 460 and then it's not coming back. But to be on the conservative side, since this is a long trade and against the generic direction of the market, we are going to go for a conservative entry at 440, about 2% away from the current market price, 2.5, but let's see. The trade is to go long at 440, stop loss at 433, ideal targets as usual 1% on the upside. Coming on to Lupin. Lupin, we are going to go for a short position. We had a short yesterday as well. It is pretty much the same logic still. We are going to go for a short position at 1070, stop loss at 1080, and ideal targets 1%, or 1082, sorry. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Previous swing low, it should give a quick at least 1.5% downfall from that point. Moving on to the next one on equity that we have is SR Transfer. Now SRT2, we are going to go for a short position. Previous swing leg was a demand zone, has become a supply zone now. Really simple, and well, I have high hopes on this one. Let's see. We are going to go for a short at 660, stop loss 670, ideal targets 1% on the downside. All these trades are so simple, in a strongly trending market, guys. Just to be on the right side of things, to enter conservatively at the previous swing highs or swing lows, it's a really simple and efficient way to make money. So coming on to the next one, Apollo Hospital. Now this one we are going to go for a breakdown trade. Since the higher high higher low formation is now invalidated, we have had a lower low swing leg. The lower high formation is in making right now. We are going to go for a short position once the previous swing point is taken out at 1675. So this is a sell under 1765, stop loss at 1785, ideal targets 1% on the downside. The final equity script that we have is IndusInd Bank. Now IndusInd Bank, we are going to go for a short position just like everything else today. We have a short position at 560 at the previous swing point, stop loss at 570, pretty wide, but if you look at the wicks that it has had, then it seems fair to me. We are going to go for a short at 560, stop loss 570, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now moving on to the indices, starting with the first one, Nifty, as usual. Now the charts might have changed. I'm just playing around with my layout, and also this happens to be a different account that I've logged in today. It still fires, but it's a secondary account of mine. So the layout is slightly different, but I guess shouldn't really be a problem. Now what we have on Nifty here is a range of about 110 odd points. I keep on telling you again and again, guys, the break of ranges is going to decide the coming range for Nifty. पहले भी था ऊपर when it fell day before yesterday, and today you had a simple pullback for in that very direction. Break नहीं हुआ range, and you could have taken a short trade, aggressive short at that point, which I did. So trade these zones, guys, they are really nice. Now for tomorrow, what we have on Nifty is as I said, a range from 11,100 to 11,200. Depending on the direction of break, whichever side is sustaining, you can go for a 100-point target either side. Girega to maybe 11,000. If it breaks on the upside, 11,300, 11,280 is the way to go. Now coming to the option chain for Nifty. Nifty mein the immediate resistance comes at 11,200, 1.9 million added contracts. Quite a lot. 11,300 significant resistance, 1.7 million added contracts. Again, quite a lot. On the support side, we have immediate support at 11,100 with 799,000 added contracts. So the put writers, they are starting to come into play now. They are not as afraid as they were yesterday. And significant support at 11,000 with 893,000 added contracts. Pretty respectable. Not as much as the call writers, but again, pretty respectable. So they are at least somewhat certain the support levels are going to be held. And if you look at it right now, it has found a base at 11,100. It seems like that. Now the PCR volume comes to be at 0.91, which is again in the bearish territory, but not aggressively bearish as it is as it would have been if it were above 1. But that's not the case. So for tomorrow, either long above 11,200, short under 11,100, or if you want to go for ping pong trades, short at 11,200, long at 11,100, whichever one floats your boat, whichever one tickles your taste buds. Moving on to the next one, my favorite one, we have Bank Nifty. Now Bank Nifty, we have a lot of aggressive zones right now, because on the downside, the fall has been too abrupt and we do not have recent zones at that point. So I have had to draw zones from all the way back from first week of August, and we are now in the third or fourth week of September. So it's not really optimal, but I guess they still work since they work today. Now for tomorrow, we have this tight range of 200 points in Bank Nifty, 21,000 to 21,200. 21,000 is holding, is being held as a strong support level at this point of time, but the pullback seems to be a part of a bearish flag or a lower low lower rise structure formation. So I would be pretty skeptical before taking aggressive longs. For Bank Nifty specifically, I would say don't try to trade the range them itself. Don't try to go counter trend, key resistance pair, short and support pair buy, unless you are very good with your risk management. If you are, then more power to you. You can go do that. If you are not, then I would suggest go for breakout trades above 21,200 or under 21,000. Talking about the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 21,200 with 233,000 added contracts. Significant resistance at 21,500 with 462,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have immediate at 21,000 with 270,000 added contracts, and significant at 2,800 with 165,000 added contracts. The problem on Bank Nifty happens to be the PCR of volume, which is increasingly bearish every single day. It went from 1.01 to 1.06 yesterday to today 1.13. So it's just going, the call buyers are simply not there. Everybody is buying puts for Bank Nifty. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the fraudulent financial transactions reported as in the news for some large banks, but whatever the reason is, the PCR of volume is maddeningly bearish as of now. They think that the index will be it will go straight from 20 to maybe 10,000 or something like that, but option buyers, as I always say, they are speculative in nature. Tomorrow either long about 21,200 or short under 21,000. जहाँ भी sustain होता है, the candle structure speaks for itself. Wherever you get a chance, you can go for a trade in that very direction. Now these are all the charts that I had to discuss with you guys for today. We discussed the watch list and the index analysis too. As usual, if you want any of this, you can always check out the Telegram channel at @ApexFinServe. You can also check us out on Instagram. We have recently started uploading equity charts over there. If you want to look at the equity charts too and the trades that we have on equity, you can definitely go and check out, and you should check out the Instagram page. We also share some trading memes and stuff every now and then, so it should be interesting. If it's not, let me know how can we improve on that in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment something nice, and press that bell notification icon too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a good night and a wonderful green trading session tomorrow. Bye.